What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my Showdown breakdown for the Thursday night barn burner between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. And be sure to let me know in the comments section, who are your favorite captains, utility plays, and fades for tonight's slate. Jags are 3-point favorites at home against Miami, 48-point total. The median salary coming out of my simulations, $47,900. This is striking me as a slate to leave more than a little bit of money on the table. This one just feels random. Average score of 171.1 fantasy points in the winning lineup. Not too much disparity between the two teams. We averaged 3.1 Jacksonville Jaguars in the winning lineups, 2.9 Miami Dolphins. Now it's time. Let's dive into the captains. All right, I'll be honest. There's not a lot at captain that stands out to me. We already have Gardner Minshew projected for 24% ownership. He is my top captain 21% of the time. So at the very least, he's going to be a guy that I have a lot at the captain spot, but I already think he's properly owned. We'll get into Ryan Fitzpatrick in a little bit. After that, everybody's just sort of matching up. So Gardner Minshew is without question the top captain option. And I believe that if you're playing Showdown cash, he should be the guy that you're using. As you work your way down, the main guy that stands out to me, Laviska Shenault. I have him showing up as the top captain option 8% of the time. He's only projected ownership of 4.5%, 9,900 in the captain spot. I think I'm willing to go there. I think that's one of the few places that you can get a little bit of leverage on the field. Shenault's been involved all over the field. He's getting rushing carries. He's still getting targets. I think that if he could put a game together where he gets 4 or 5 carries, puts up 30, 40 yards, couple extra catches, gets in the end zone, you'll want to have Shenault in the captain spot. Now at the utility spot, this is where you can start to see some Dolphins look a little bit better. I don't have a ton of interest in Ryan Fitzpatrick at the captain spot, but I definitely have some interest in Fitzpatrick at the utility. He's already getting a ton of ownership, but I actually like him a little bit more than I like Minshew in the utility spot. Chark, Parker, both looking pretty normal, as is James Robinson, Gesicki. Nothing standing out at the top. I think Shenault looks good again, but I didn't want to recommend him twice, but he looks just as good in the utility spot as he does in the captain. The guys that I want to go to, Keelan Cole and Isaiah Ford. Now, I know that's probably sounding pretty ridiculous, but Keelan Cole, 12 targets across his first 2 games. Isaiah Ford, 14 targets across their first 2 games. Cole only 5,400. Isaiah Ford just 3K. In my opinion, at 16% ownership, Isaiah Ford is the guy that I'm looking to most in a way to get a little bit different. Right now, I have him projected for 8.8 fantasy points. At 3K, I'm going to end up with a ton of him in my Showdown lineups. I'd rather go to Ford than Cole if I'm trying to fit in more guys at the top. Obviously, Keelan Cole is going to have a better fantasy projection. I have him 2.3 fantasy points higher than Ford, but both of those guys well outpacing their current public ownership. All you're trying to do in Showdown is to find the places that you can best get different so that you can not chop with as many people. Using Cole and or Ford is a really easy way to do that. Okay, if we're talking about fades, I think there are 3 clear options. Ryan Fitzpatrick at captain, which is a really difficult thing to say. I stumbled over it the first time. This is my second time trying to say it. He's well behind his current public ownership. I think it's just easier to go to Minshew or get yourself an entirely different roster construction and just use Fitzpatrick in the utility spot. Not interested in Fitzpatrick given his current ownership. On the flip side, on the utility spot, no thank you on the Jaguars D. No thank you on the Dolphins D. I think it's a lot easier to go for upside in some of the second, third, and fourth wide receiver types for both of these teams because I think that offensive output can be scattered. I think that the defenses, Jaguars at 18%, Dolphins at 13%, both going well over-owned in comparison to the results of my sim. These are the 2 spots I see with the biggest differences between my results and where the public ownership is. Just by fading both of the defenses, I think that you can get a much different lineup construction. There are better options to use both above and below both teams' defenses in each salary tier that I'm just going to avoid them fully. I don't expect to have a single share of either defense tonight. All right, everybody, that will do it. That is my showdown breakdown for tonight's game between the Jags and the Dolphins. Once again, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when all of our content goes live. I think I said all of those words in one big word, but you guys know what I mean. Please let me know in the comments section who you like at captain, utility, and to fade, and pay attention to my Twitter account. I will be dropping showdown updates to my sim on Twitter at Josh Engleman for both DraftKings and FanDuel. Yes, buckle up. FanDuel videos coming just like this video starting week 3. Get excited. Good luck tonight. I'll talk to you guys again on Sunday.